Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Lovin Keto, Ron's weight loss journey, and also Keto Cooker Ron. And if you're new, welcome. And if you're a returning member, welcome back. If you're a new member, could you please share, like, and subscribe to the YouTube channel? It helps other people know when they post the latest video like this one. And before we get started, I'm not a medical doctor. I don't make any medical claims. This is always based on my own personal journey and also getting permission from my doctor first before I had gotten started on my weight loss journey. Well, welcome to week 115 keto results, and I'm happy to say I have no results to give you. Well, here's what happened. My floor scale died on me last week, and I need to get a battery for it after all those weigh-ins that finally crapped out on me, and to use a politely word. And yeah, so I feel like right now my weight's been kind of like creeping up a little bit because I haven't been too vigilant lately with my weight. Today's topic discussion is life does not have to be a struggle. And what I mean by that is my wife and I fall under that retirement category where we live off of Social Security retirement, and we get our check once a month, and her money covers the rent and my money covers the other expenses that we need for the month, and our cable bill, electric, car payment, and all the other stuff that comes with living in the household. And the money doesn't stretch out as far as it used to, and I almost ran out of food this past month there, and I had to go off plan one day, and I ended up getting spaghetti because I had made a batch of spaghetti sauce, and I had regular spaghetti. Now, I know it wasn't keto, but, you have to do what you got to do to survive, guys. We got 3 meals out of that. And, and then I ended up buying some raisin bread, and I wanted to do some experimenting in the air fryer and see how bread cooked up in the air fryer, and I bought some English muffins one day. And that was all to stretch out the food budget, because we need, you had to do what you had to do. And but life's not always a struggle like that. There are other alternatives, but we were thinking about going back over to Weight Watchers, and I priced out the Weight Watcher plans. They got a couple of monthly plans, one for $15 a month and the other one for $30 a month. And I'm not really sure what the difference between both of them are. And I feel as if where I lost over 120 pounds on my weight loss journey, that doing low-carb keto, that I don't need Weight Watchers or any other plan like Go Low and all the other ones that you see advertised. I figured it out, and it took me a long time to figure it out. I'm very, very confident now in my talking, and I consider myself an expert weight loss person. And the last time I weighed myself, I was 210 pounds, and now I feel as if I'm crept up back to around 215. I can always tell in my stomach, and we got Halloween, so if you celebrate that holiday, happy Halloween, and trick or treat. Friday night, this past Friday at the charity at playing bingo, Charlotte asked me if I wanted to dress up and do something with her as far as the costume was concerned, and so my friend Kim let me borrow actually 3 costumes, and 2 of them I couldn't fit into. They were just a little bit too big. I did fit into them, but I struggled to get them off and on. And so the other one, I just struggled both to get them off and on, but it fit. It was a Eagles costume, and I got a photograph you can see above the timeline here. Pretty funny. I never did anything like that before in my life, and I had a lot of fun. I put a lot of smile on people's faces, and life's about the journey and getting out there and having fun and just enjoying life as you can get every day and every moment, because life could change in that moment, and I truly mean that. So we're doing the best we can, having fun and getting out there. Now, Saturday we ended up going to the St. Anna's holiday fair, and I took some raffle chances, and I won something. I don't know what I won, because today I'm doing this video on Sunday, so Sunday we have to go down and get my prize, and I'll share my prize on next week's update or video update during the week. Letting you know that the food channel, Keto Cooker Ron, is blowing up like crazy. I got like 271 people now, subscribers, and I'm picking up about 10 subscribers almost daily now. I apologize for putting the non-keto meal, leftover spaghetti, and how to cook it up in the air fryer. But when you're living on a budget, you got to do what you got to do. And my wife eats that kind of stuff all the time. She doesn't do keto, and I was trying to make something that we could both have, and something that was budget friendly for us. I did make a budget friendly, low carb weight loss spaghetti sauce that she liked, but the only thing that wasn't keto was the spaghetti, and that's what we had. and then we wanted some regular English muffins one day, and then we ended up getting some raisin bread, and all that's not low-carb keto. But like I said, again, life has been a struggle for us, and I'm sure many of other YouTubers that trying to do weight loss, you can relate to that. I don't know what people do that have kids. I mean, my friend Stephy from the incredible Shrinkables Stephy, and Jess from Keto Rewind. I mean, oh my God, they each got kids. And I was talking to one of the cashiers that cashed out us there a while back ago, and she said, Ron, I know you guys spent $180, but that's a small order. I said, what do you mean a small order? I mean, we walked out of there with hardly anything, and the girl ahead of us, she had like 3 carriages full of groceries, and I says, oh my God, I said, can you imagine? I said, what was her? Or just curious, I said, how much did she spend? She spent $685, and she spends that every other week. And I said, can you imagine a $1,400 grocery order every month? And that doesn't include your taxables and your medical co-payments and all that stuff there. I says, I can't imagine. And so people are definitely struggling out there. My wife and I, we make Social Security. I can't qualify for food stamps because we make just over we make just over that threshold, but we don't qualify for any of that stuff. Or Mass Health to get the better insurance that you need. When I did qualify for Mass Health, I didn't have an income, and I was living off of $900 a month, so that we qualified for that. But we don't qualify for any extra free aid anymore. So I'm thinking about going back to work. I went down to the recreation department here in our city, but there might be something there for me for a job, but it's not going to happen to probably the springtime, because right now they only need a few people here and there for the winter months. So and that's fine, and it's only part-time, and that's all I'm looking for is part-time. It's something that's a good fit for me. And so I'm thinking about going down to Walmart's and seeing if they have anything for me for part-time. I'm going to try to see if I can become a picker again and do a picking and orders. I was talking to a couple of the pickers this past week over there, and they seem to really like the job over there. Their LCD screen, when you do your items, what I like about that as opposed to the Hannibus job, I can see the screen. The screen is nice and clear, and I don't need to handwrite labels like I did at Hannibus. That's was my problem, because I would write numbers in reverse or something like that. They have the numbers already made up in barcodes, and it's right on the carriage. So when you're taking an item for a customer, and you know exactly what bag it's going to be going into. So I'm pretty sure I could do that and have some fun there working maybe. But that's something I want to just check into. And I know what some people are telling me about photography and going back to school and stuff like that, but that's up to the individual. You're never too late to go back to school and learn anything. My friend Mary, she suggested in our local area that I don't have to go to Gardner to go to photography school. They probably teach that right here in our city. So I'm going to be checking out BJ's area. There's Mount Westchester Community College in that particular area. I'm going to go down and talk to them this week, and I'll let you know on future updates. But I only want to go to school for 1 or 2 days a week, and I want to learn portrait, food photography, and landscape and street photography, and my photographs and everything is great, but I want them to be better than great. I want, and so that's what I'm thinking about down the road. And I'm also thinking about that this might be my last year filming for the city. So when I do the Christmas concert this year, it's probably going to be my final concert. I'm about 98% there to doing retirement with that. It's taking up a lot of my time, and I'm just, I don't want to get riled up anymore about filming for the city and doing all that stuff there. And I just want to go on, be my own person, and go out and worry about me and Donna. I've known a lot of people that just recently passed away, and one girl made a comment to me about that my wife and I should think about spending a lot of time with each other and just enjoying life while we have it. Because she had lost her husband a while back ago, and there's a couple of other people that I know that just recently lost spouses or brothers or sisters. And life is really too short, and you got to really get out there and just enjoy one another, and try not to get into too many fights, and always try to make up before you go to bed, and just kind of like I'm just trying to be that person, and I don't want to do any more volunteering that's going to make me miserable, and bring it home and aggravate it to my wife about it. You know, I've been doing the historical commission in a society now and then when I get a chance, and now the EMO, Emergency Management Office. I haven't even really gotten involved with that too much yet, but you know, I might even walk away from that. I don't know yet. If it becomes too much for me, I'm really starting to crank out the recipes now. I figured it out. And speaking of recipes, in my show more, I noticed some links weren't working and everything like that. So I just recently updated a whole show more below my contact, with my new contact. YouTube recipe links that I follow, channels that you might be interested in looking at. Inspirational links like Stephy from the Incredible Shrinking Stephy, her Facebook support group, the Shrinkables, Jess from Keto Rewind, and her Facebook support group, Keto Rewind Support. And there's a whole host of other ones that I'm slowly adding into that show more so that you can see where, how I've been so successful. Now, I lost over 120 pounds in a 115-week period. Even though my weight creeps up here and there, I don't worry about it too much anymore. Now, we get the holidays coming up for Thanksgiving, and I'm starting to really, really crank out the recipes. I'm going to be experimenting with turnip this week. I'm going to do a few recipes using that. I want to do a shepherd's pie and replace the mashed potatoes. My turnip used to be a big thing with my mom, and I always hated it because it had the bitter taste into it. But I found a YouTube recipe. I have a link below the video. I can't remember. I'll have it above the tagline. And she got a marvelous YouTube channel. I goes, oh my God! He said, where was I before I followed her? And I wanted to thank all the new subscribers there, because on my cooking channel, Keto Cooking with Ron, I started out with about 140 subscribers from my regular Facebook page, and I hadn't posted any recipes for a long time because I wanted to make sure I had enough recipes to kind of like keep fresh material coming. And I found over 150 recipes that I did over the 2-year period being on low-carb keto, and I never put them up on my YouTube channel and on that channel for some reason. You know what it was? I just didn't feel like who the heck would want to watch what Ron eats in a day and that type of thing. But I was, to my amazement, when I started putting these recipes up, my channel was blowing up like crazy. So I want to thank all those new YouTube channelers that are following me and just curious on what I eat, and it's always about low carb and cutting back in moderation. Even when I had spaghetti, I ate it within moderation. And, I've lost enough weight, so if I wanted to actually go off of keto, that I probably could and be fine with it. But my primary goal has always been 180 pounds and my target weight, and under 200 for Wonderland. And if that ever happens, I'm okay with it. The point of it is I'm just trying to get out there and being plain old Ron and Donna, and get out there and inspiring as many people as I can, inspiring you to get out there and get healthy. I started at the age of 64. I was 340 pounds back in the beginning of December of 2019. In 2020, I was 336 when I made my doctor's appointment. And I know that because I have the printout somewhere when I go see the doctor visits. And so now when I go on a scale at a doctor's office, I don't have an issue with it anymore, and I'm happy, and I can just go, oh yeah, I'm proud, I lost a lot of weight. And speaking of that, so yesterday when I went up to the St. Anne's Fair, or Saturday, my friend John that used to do the historical commission, he's kind of like semi-retired now, he's 96 years old, still walking, still driving a car, incredible person, World War II veteran. He's an encyclopedia. Anything we have to know about the city, I would ask him a question, he would answer me. He's got a sharp mind, a 96-year-old. And he said, how much weight did you lose? And I told him, he said, you were blown away that I lost 130 pounds. And he goes, oh my gosh. He says, you're shrinking away to nothing. And he goes, yeah. He says, I feel good, John. I got no walking stick, and I had hip replacement. I had hernia surgery. Now I have an issue with my left side, and my right leg's starting to get swollen again there with that lipidemia. So I was doing some YouTube checking out, and I'm going to send out for an air pump that it pumps circulation in your ear and through your leg, so that help reduce the swelling. And they're not that expensive or I can afford it, but I'm going to get a hold of my doctor first and find out if I can get it pushed in through the insurance company, and maybe I might be able to get something a little bit better than the one I saw. But the one I saw is a portable one, and I can use it all day long. Maybe I wouldn't use it when I'm going outside, but it's just that, you know, it'll properly circulate my leg, because when I came out of the hospital when I had hip surgery, my legs are back to normal because they pumped the crap out of my legs with air pushing through, and it was a constant flow of air pushing my through. When I had hip surgery, they didn't want me to have a blood clot, and that's all fine now. So I just I feel really good. I feel confident. I thoroughly know what I'm doing. I consider myself a weight loss expert now. I would love to have a degree in that so I can be a counsel for somebody for like that. But at my particular age, I don't think that would matter right now. And I know what some people are saying about how I can check all my YouTube videos out and get all my information I need on YouTube. And I get that part of it. I can do that in any ways, and I do. But the reason why I want to go back to school is because when I'm doing YouTube videos, I can't talk to that person. If I'm doing school and I have something I need to ask somebody, you know, well, how are you setting up your camera settings and that? You know, maybe they might have the same camera that I'm using, or maybe they're using a DSLR camera instead of a mirrorless, or are they doing all their photography on their mobile camera? What settings are you using? Where are you going to take your photography? Do you have help when you do going photography? Usually when a photographer will go out, and they typically will be by themselves, and I like being by myself when I'm doing photos. And my photos are great, but I want them to be better than great, you know. So I'm thinking outside the box for next year, setting up a little tent in that area when they do local events, all the cities around the area, the surrounding areas. And when I went yesterday to the fair, I was talking to this girl, Ashley, and I'll have her contact information below the video. She makes these plaques out of molds and put cute sayings on them and stuff like that, and it has like the Patriot logos and stuff like that. So I want to see how that process is done, and so I'm thinking, well, I could do the same thing and you know, offer that for sale as well as my photography and customizable, put prints on them, people doing you know, like Christmases and birthdays and you know, and that sort of thing, and you know, and so now she's got me really thinking about, well, geez, I can have a little part-time business. But here's the thing about where I live, and I don't mean, if you want to say it stinks living here, okay, and it's affordable for us, but we fall within that category. I can't better myself here, and what I mean by that is, if I want to buy some stock, and I know some stocks right now that are going crazy, like Twitter. About a week or two ago, it was $25 a share, and Musk bought that company. The stocks went up to 85, so it blew up overnight. And if I wanted to do something like that, I get penalized for living here, okay, because I fall within that category. And then if I want to go to school full time, I can't, because it penalizes me. So at some point later on next year, towards the end of next year, my wife and I are probably going to move out of here and get something going back to a 2-family, or maybe possibly renting a house, something that's budget friendly that I can afford. And if I can't afford it, I'll continue staying here. But that's what the deal is with all that stuff there. And I can only make a certain amount of money, because that all gets added in as income over here. And so even though I won money this past year, I have to add that in for my income. And I work part-time as a freelance photographer for the local paper. That gets all added into for next year. Now, I'm not making that money next year, but that penalizes me, because my rent's going to go up to thinking that I'm making that money, and I'm not now anymore. And plus, our Social Security is going to get 8.5% increase. So they're going to count all that in as extra added income. So now my rent's going to go up again, assuming that I still qualify for that category. So these are some of the pitfalls about living here in an apartment complex, and it's noisy here. And I want to go back to more of a quieter environment, and I want to go back to an environment where I can have a washer and dryer in our own unit like we had before. And so my wife can do her own washing, but I'll have her right about every week, putting 20 on the wash card to have her, so she has, and plus she's dealing with other people's can be nasty, leaving their lint and all their stuff in washers and dryers over here. So that's what I deal with every month, and I'm going to have a sip of my coffee. So today's plan is we're going to, the bingo workers and their spouses today, we're going to have a luncheon over there at the bingo hall in the kitchen area. It's really nice of the bingo people to do that for the bingo workers, and have some fun over there today. And like I said, we did the Halloween thing with Charlotte on Friday nights. They had another great crowd, and I'm just, all Thursday and Friday, Saturday, next month they're going to have their church fair. I'm going to be volunteering probably Saturday, I'm thinking there. Friday I want to just have it Ron and Don and night off together, have their puddings and rapi. It's made with potatoes and pork, and I know it's not keto, but I look forward to that every year. And I usually get a couple of puddings, and I usually get a rapi, and then that's probably going to be it for the month with cheats, other than around the holidays for Thanksgiving. But this year we're going to be cranking out some holiday recipes, so low carb keto, and I'm gonna have my low carb keto meals, and I'm gonna have make 2 meals for my wife, one for regular potatoes for her, and one for the low carb for me. And I'm going to try to keep the carbs really low for Thanksgiving this year, and hopefully we'll have a successful weight loss month. But I'm hoping to get a battery for the floor scale this week sometime, and get more of an update on what I want to do. I'm thinking about doing a beef and butter fast next week after I go through some meals. I got when I finally got that check from the city there, I was able to load up on some meats for next month, and so when I get my first check there, my biggest check for next month, I'm probably going to continue loading up for the meats and continue to stock up our pantry. I'm hearing a lot of chatter that the emergency alert system might be getting activated pretty soon, and I can't get any more detail other than that, but it's recommended that you have at least 3 weeks worth of food, and make sure your batteries, and have water, and have enough loose cash in the house in case everything goes down on the internet. And that's all I wanted to talk about on that one. I mentioned that on my other thing, but if you want the com links, I'll give them to you, but I don't talk about that on my this channel. But we're having some serious things going on that you're not seeing out there on the news right now, and when all that thing gets pushed out to the general public, and you're going to want to be prepared. But just trust the faith and just take one day at a time, because it could happen, but it could not happen, and life just goes on the way it always goes on. But I just wanted to put that out there, that's all, because I had made a comment about that on one of my videos earlier. Oh, I wanted to show you what I bought too. I bought this stuff from Big Daddy. It is mac and cheese. The carbs on that is very, very good. So what I'm going to be making with that is I'm going to be making a copycat of these. Now, I bought this because I used to love the Cheetos, the stuff that you get your hands all orangey and gooey and stuff. But here's what the deal is. It says it's 160 calories, 250 grams of sodium, and 21 pieces is a serving size. But here's what the deal is. There's 3.5 serving sizes in this small little bag. And who the heck doesn't sit here and eat the whole bag? I mean, I've been very guilty of that in the past, and even to this day. So if you eat the whole bag, and that's just the estimated amount how much is in the bag. That's packaged by weight. So if you're eating this entire bag in one sitting, like we always do, you're eating 50 carbs. So if you're doing 20 net carbs, you just blew off 3 days of carbs. So you can see why we all have weight problems, the ones that are struggling. So that's something to think about. So would you rather have something like this, or maybe something like this with pork rinds? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some pork rinds, and I'm going to add some of that on there for flavoring, and I'll let you know how the flavoring tastes. And I'm also planning on making some as a better alternative instead of that print spaghetti that I had this week. I'm going to take some egg life wraps, and I'm going to cut them up into noodle sizes, and I'm going to boil them, and I'm going to add a little bit of ground beef, and I'm going to do some of that cheesy sauce on there, cheese mix powder, and we're going to try to make a mac and cheese type thing. Now, Stephy posted a video this week that she got from Keto Perfect, some mac and cheese already in a box. Like we used to get that Kraft macaroni and cheese that we used to love when we were a kid. It kind of looks something similar to that, and My only suggestion to her was, and to you, if you buy that mac and cheese pasta that they sell, and it's really good pasta from what I heard, it's kind of keto friendly, I'd probably put a little bit of ground beef in it and maybe some chicken once in a while for something different. And or you can put tuna and have tuna mac and cheese or whatever. Just throwing out some ideas there. And we're going to continue making some tacos for Tuesday. I have some ideas that this coming week I want to do a shrimp taco, and some other ideas I'll be getting from that new YouTuber. Okay, her name is Betty, and her YouTube channel link is Carblessly Delicious Low Carb Recipes. And I mean, oh my God, she's really cranking out the recipes on that channel, and I love how she structured her channel and how she did her introduction and all that stuff there. So I'm looking for a new introduction and all that stuff there. If you're good at that, you'll let me know. I'm also looking for some type of a graphic design for like a chef's hat and stuff like that for me with my profile. If you're good at that, let me know and contact me if you can help me out with that. But yeah, so I'm just gonna put that out there. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's kind of long, but I had to get some stuff out there this week, and I wanted to talk about my journey and where we were going for next month. We're probably gonna do a beef and butter fast and to go back to doing some more egg fasting to get my weight back under control again. It's where I need to be, really. I'm at 215 pounds right now, but I mean, I'm okay with that. I mean, I lost over 130 pounds in a 115-week period. So, like I said, if I don't lose any more weight, hey, I'm good to go. But anyways, I'm going to let you guys go. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And check out all those new contact links I got below the video. And subscribe to all of their channels as well as mine and Keto Cooking with Ron. And you'd be surprised you might fall within our category to... you know, you felt, you know, geez, well, what do I do when I'm on a budget and I got no money this month? Or, you know, we've all been there. You know, just remember, on this channel and onto my cooking channel, we're not keto police. We're here to help each other. That's all I want to do, is just help you. If you have to go off your weight loss plan, go off of it. It is what it is. I mean, you just can't. You know, you have to be able to survive. I mean, what if, God forbid, if the emergency alert system did get activated and industry got shut down for a period of time? You know, you always want to make sure you at least got about a month worth of supplies in your house. So if you can't get to the store, and they told you had to stay home for a few weeks, I mean, you know, it could eventually come to that. You know, look what happened when that hit. You know, and how restricted we were, and the craziness that was dealing with in the food shop. And I can remember at Market Basket, I got a phone call from my friend Bruce. He said, "Ron, I hope you got you some food." I said, "Why?" He showed me a picture, and there was like 100 carriages lined up, and it was backed up all the way to the from the front of the store to the to where the deli meat counter was there, and every food shop was almost completely bare. It was like people were going crazy. They were just throwing anything and everything in their carriages. And so I don't hope it doesn't get to that point again, because you know, you just don't. You always want to make sure you got enough perishables in your house, and enough food and enough food that if your electricity went out, how are you going to cook? Well, if you're in within our situation, you can't have one of those gas camping stoves. Buy foods that you can just open up and eat cold. You know, that's what I have in the house. But buy foods that you like. So that would be my suggestion for all that. But anyways, enough said of all that. I hope you enjoy this video. Don't forget to be watching for week 116 update, and I'm going to be doing a few more cooking videos this week and throwing them up on the new channel, and I'll also share them over to this channel. And don't forget my Facebook support group, Keto Cooking. Now, I don't have a Facebook support group yet for that, but I do have a Facebook support group, Ron's Weight Loss Journey Facebook support, and also if you're looking for inspiration, Stephy Newman from the Incredible Shrinking Stephy, and her Facebook support group, the Shrinkables, and also Keto Rewind, and Jess's Facebook support group, Keto Rewind Support. The only thing that they ask is don't share any links to their Facebook support groups, because they're hardworking young ladies, and they take a lot of pride and dedication and motivation in what they do, and you don't want to create any issues with them. And yeah, so that's all I got to say. But anyways, have a great week, guys. Remember, you guys are amazing. Love you guys. Stay safe, stay healthy, and have a great week. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Remember, caring is sharing.